At the time of recording, it is 2026, and it is getting harder and harder to grow a marketing agency. My name's Gavin. I run an email and SMS marketing agency, and along with teaching people how to grow an agency, how to run an agency, and providing just daily and monthly updates on what's working for me in my business, I make these videos really to provide advice, but also hopefully, provide myself with something fun to look back on in the future years. In today's video, I want to talk about how I would grow a marketing agency if I was just starting. Here's the reality of the playing field. The space is super saturated. Almost every 22-year-old I know is looking at trying to start a marketing agency. And what happens is, A, you get a bunch of people who are willing to do it for cheaper than what you want to do it for. And B, the space gets a dirty name because you get people who are not qualified selling services that they don't actually know how to sell. Now, learning how to sell a service and learning the service that you actually want to deliver is a totally different video and a conversation. But getting in front of clients and learning how to actually grow a business and beat out the competition and beat the factor of people trying to beat you out on price and beating the dirty name that I'm willing to bet your space probably already has because of idiots trying to run agencies, you have to do a couple of things. The reality is pretty much the whole space is suffering from a deficiency of trust. The more people who come into the space and essentially cheapen the services that are out there, the harder it is for clients to trust those who are good at what they sell and therefore buy from them. For example, if I run an email and SMS marketing agency, and I do, and we sell a premium service, and a client comes to us after having worked with a shitty agency, we're in a tough position because we are having to sell not only our services, but also remove the lack of trust that the client has in relation to the service that we're selling because of the bad relationship and experience they had previously with the previous agency that they were working with. And so what happens is you need to build trust with people quicker in a way that allows you to sell to them more effectively. So the fundamental issue we have is trust, and being able to build trust is not only going to help us, A, remove those two factors I mentioned earlier, but also B, not rely on us having to race to the bottom when it comes to pricing our services. So how do we build trust? There are a few ways to build trust. Case studies, being a public figure, being referred by somebody else. But one of the easiest ways to build trust is to show how you work publicly behind a camera like this. I've preached about this in so many videos, but the power of creating a YouTube channel to demonstrate your approach in terms of how you work, how you approach strategy for the service you deliver, makes the process of selling your services to potential prospects so much easier. Quick one, if this video is helpful and you want a complete step-by-step system for landing clients on Upwork, which is a massive source of traffic for me, I have a full program called Land Clients on Upwork. Pretty original. The link is in the description. Check it out if you want to learn how to generate income using Upwork as a major traffic source like I have for my agency. Now, back to the video. Why does creating videos like this actually increase trust? I'll tell you why. Great question, whoever's watching this. This process of creating videos and getting behind a camera, I think, builds trust so much quicker for two reasons. One, for example, I create YouTube videos on how to do email and SMS marketing, right? One, it shows the working behind the strategy that we're going to be trying to sell the potential client. That's how it builds trust in one part, right? It shows our working and it gives a client or a prospect an idea of how we're going to help them. If you create a video explaining your strategy clearly and they understand it, right? They are much more likely to trust you when it comes to you saying, this is how I'm going to deliver the work, because they've already seen your working previously. The other thing that building, or rather creating a YouTube channel and recording videos does, is it allows you to be behind the camera. There's something about being behind a camera like this that allows a parasocial relationship between the viewer and yourself in a way that nothing else does. I would much rather have 100 views on a YouTube video, which I'm willing to bet this video will probably get, sometimes it feels like I'm screaming out into the void, than 10,000 views on a LinkedIn post. There is a fundamental difference between written content and visual content through the use of a video. I am able to convey with people watching these videos more about myself, my process, and who I am as a person so much more effectively than any other form of written content, i.e. posting on LinkedIn, posting on Twitter. And the same thing goes for Instagram. Instagram is video, yes, but it is shorter form content. And so by creating long form YouTube content and putting stuff out there, you're able to create that relationship and essentially build trust quicker and allow you to compete on price much more effectively. You don't need to start selling your services at a discounted rate. The only reason you'd have to sell your services at a discounted rate to match somebody else's offer is because the client is trying to mitigate their exposure to risk because they are not trusting of you in that you can deliver what you're trying to sell. For example, if a client says, hey, I want email marketing and this person can sell me it for $1,000 and you're saying $2,000, I trust you guys both equally, which is not much, they are gonna try and mitigate the risk of it going wrong by not spending more money on you compared to the other person. And so if you're able to build trust more effectively through like a video format, it works so much better. Building in public. This is why I make these videos. Honestly, it's to document my own journey, but it's also just to show that I'm a real person, and then hopefully people watch this and become a client for me, is so much more effective than anything else out there because you're able to create a connection between viewer and speaker. In the case of the speaker, it's me. I highly recommend everyone just try and record one video a month, post it up on YouTube, and I guarantee you the organic reach that you're gonna get is gonna beat out anything that you have to do when it comes to paid ads. The other thing I wanna talk about too is paid ads, really expensive. And when you're just starting out, you don't have a lot of money. And creating a YouTube channel and creating videos like this is pretty much free. Yes, I've got lights here that are currently burning out my goddamn retinas, but you don't need that. I've got a mic, you kind of do need a mic. Have good audio. I'm using my camera as my phone and I have a teleprompter. All you really need is a phone and a microphone, and that is enough to convey professionalism. When you're recording these videos, you're trying to give people insight into how you work, but also how you approach work. Okay? How you approach it from a professional perspective, how you record content properly, how you take care of yourself when you're presenting videos, and how you're gonna show up for them. For example, if you have two YouTube videos next to each other and one guy sounds like he's underwater with a trash mic and the other guy sounds good, who are you more likely to go with? It's gonna be the person who actually sounds good. I highly recommend everyone just try and focus on building a YouTube channel, speaking about what you sell and what you do. I run a school community where I teach people how to get clients off of Upwork. There's a link in the description. A core part of me teaching people how to get clients off of Upwork is to build a YouTube channel as a form of social proof. Now, really quickly, some of you are probably watching this and thinking, yeah, but if I post a YouTube video, I might only get 20 views, 40 views. It doesn't matter, because even if you don't get clients from the YouTube channel, when you do get on sales calls and you tell people that you have a YouTube channel, that makes the sale so much easier because you're able to provide a proof or example of who you are to prospects. And I cannot tell you how many times I've managed to close clients just off the back of them looking at my YouTube channel. The difference between a prospect getting on a call with me who has seen my YouTube content or has watched my YouTube content before getting on a call with me and getting on a call with somebody who has not is massive. The gap is massive. I'd be willing to bet I'm like 50% more likely to close a client if they've watched even one of my YouTube videos that maybe they haven't found, but I've sent them, compared to somebody who hasn't. This is the most effective, cheap, affordable way of getting your face, your name out there and getting clients. The space is getting saturated. There are so many people who are starting agencies, and there are so many people that are trying to beat other agencies out there by racing to the bottom and competing on dollar spend, which is a waste of time, and you end up like cheapening yourself, your brand, and how much money you can make, that this puts you above pretty much everybody else. One of the core pillars of building my agency has been my YouTube channel. I highly recommend everybody do that. If you have any questions about how to do this, please check them in the comment section down below. I know this is like a shorter video to what I'm used to, but it's something that I keep trying to hammer people over the head with. Just create a YouTube channel, build the social proof, and in 6 months, if you post a video every single month, if you can do that for 6 months, you can do it for years. And the compounding effect off the back of it is gonna be massive. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, 2 videos every single week.